All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel, the main event here. And today I have a special guest with me to help rank all the Mega Evolutions. Introduce yourself.
I am Donghun Youm. I go by Playmaker Poke. I am the 2023 Milwaukee Regional Champion. I'm kind of washed up these days, but I'm still playing the game, so.
Kind of washed up is crazy. But anyway, we're going to be ranking the new Megas, just the new ones. And we're going to be doing it mostly based off stats. We'll do some ability speculation. But yeah, mostly based off the stats because that's the information we have. We do have all the stats and we'll pull those up for you guys to follow along. This is your last spoiler warning. Obviously, if you click the video, you shouldn't be caring about spoilers, but some people are not bright, right? So they'll still click and then complain later. So this is your last warning. I probably had it blurred out in editing just to make sure that you aren't spoiled. This is your last chance and done. So we're going to be going from this tier list you can see on the screen is going to be from Z tier, which, you know, kind of self-explanatory, S, A, B, C, D, and then Pyroar tier because Pyroar is bad. That I'm sorry, guys. If you're a big Pyroar fan out there, Pyroar is bad.
Bro, nobody's favorite Pokemon is Pyroar. It's okay.
In the comments, let me know if your favorite Pokemon is Pyroar. All right, so we can go based on the order that they have them here. So like Mega Clefable is interesting one. These are its stats. We don't know what their abilities are, like we said, but its stats are a bit underwhelming for a Mega, and that's the context, right, of everything, is that some of these Pokemon will look good based on the context of other Pokemon, but not in the context of Megas, right? So like there are Pokemon, this is a good stat spread for normal Pokemon, but for a Mega, it's not that great. So what do you think about Clefable?
I think it's still like pretty decent still. Like base 135 attack is not to mess with. It gets Calm Mind, self-recovery like Soft-Boiled Moonlight. It also has better bulk than Incineroar, and you already know how bulky Incineroar is. I think it is gonna be genuinely good. I think it's gonna be one of the Megas that like doesn't look good, like good like a Mega standard, but it's gonna be a solid Mon no matter what. But I feel like using this Pokemon as like more of a supportive setup Mega is gonna be the way to go, other than just like full on support. Like, and I think I just don't agree with using a Follow Me Mega. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think if your Mega is a support Mon, it's kind of wasting its item at that point when you could just give it like a Citrus Berry and get more support out of it. I think C feels kind of right. Maybe as high as B since we have the Z tier, but like because its stat is not like terrible. Clefable is like a good Mon. It just feels like you just would run a different Pokemon and then run regular Clefable. I think it's better than D and Pyroar tier though, right? Probably.
I think it's definitely either gonna be C or low B tier. Like I think its coverage of getting like Air Slash, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Moonblast, like getting Calm Mind and stuff like that is very good. But I just don't know if it's like relevant in a Mega standard. Like having base 70 speed is just not great, and based on 135 special attack is not really like, it's good, but it's like in a Mega standard where normal Mega like special attack are like 145 or above. I don't know, man. It's just like it doesn't shine enough, I feel.
I agree. So I think C is a comfortable place for now. All right, so where is the big boy? We're gonna do Embor next because the list is, there we go. So Embor stats is, so it's also facing the what I call the Clef.
Oh, this is the normal Embor stats now.
Yeah, I'm looking like, I was like, why does that look so low? That can't be right. I'm like, did they mess it up and they friggin' gave me the regular Embor? I'm like, something's wrong here. There we go. I'm like, that looks way too low. So this is a lot better, but like, I think it's really good. Like, it's very good. I don't think it's great. I think 148 attack is really good. And I think that 110 HP, like we've learned in this game, that HP can like carry a Pokemon, right? It's bulk, even if his defenses are not great, but it has pretty good bulk. Like 75 is not high. 110 for def is really nice. Especially because it'll be weak to what, like Psychic, it'll be weak to Flying, and those tend to lean on the special side anyway. Speed is kind of weird for it. What do you think of Embor? Embor is like one of your favorite starters, right?
Embor is my like day one favorite starter, but I think the issue with Embor is just the speed tier is like very particular. At the point, it's not gonna be like shining in Trick Room, but it's not gonna be shining in Tailwind. Like unless you go Jolly Max speed, like even in Tailwind, people are gonna outspeed you with like Scarf Pokemon basically. So it's like a very awkward spot. I think it's gonna be pretty terrifying in singles. I'll be honest with you, because it gets flame charged. Like depending on the ability, it can also like do really well. Like imagine if it gets reckless. Like in singles, that's gonna go freaking crazy. But I feel like the lack of defense and speed stats gonna be very underwhelming. Even though the attack is high, like special attack is decent, speed def is pretty high. And HP is like always been high. But I think in a VGC context, it's kind of underwhelming, especially due to the lack of like defensive capabilities. Because like, let's be honest, like firefighting is weak to a lot of popular typing, like flying, water, ground. I don't know. It's just typing is not good. I feel like, and like having low defense stats, especially against like those types, are just like I think underwhelming, especially with the awkward speed tier it has.
I agree. And then looking at like some of the other megas we'll come up on, we'll see that a lot of them are very physically strong and faster, right? So having your mega already be behind the 8-ball with low speed and low fizz def, just in the context of the new megas, not even counting like the older megas that would hit it really hard, I think really puts this one behind. And then on top of that, you're already using like Embor, which is not great, right? So
Yeah.
do you think it's on the same tier as Clefable, or do you think it's worse than Clefable?
I think it's probably gonna be average. Like if we compare stats to an average mega, it's like pretty similar. I just don't know if there's gonna be a like big niche for it. Like again, its stats are pretty decent. It's just like the holes it have is just very relevant. At the point, I can't see it getting higher than a C tier. I feel like it's a very average stat. Like they are real Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah, they're real
like
Pokemon, but not megas.
like if a random Pokemon had those kind of stats, I'd be like,
Yes.
holy crap, this
Yes.
thing is strong. But it's a mega where you're committing your own resources on that, and I just don't know if it's like fully worth it. Because like base 75 speed is not that high. Like let's see if we put into the numbers. Like give me a second. I think base 75 speed is
We trying to get tailwind speed?
Like base, yeah, I'm trying to get the tailwind speed because okay, 139 times 2 is like it's pretty like fast still. It's like the same speed tier as Smeargle, but it's just not fast enough because if you're going fast, that means you're losing bulk. And if you're, it's not a good thing to lose bulk, especially when you're trying to go fast, or like if you're trying to do bulky tank.
Yeah, it's really hard for it. So yeah, we'll put that one in the Pokemon, real Pokemon, but not a mega tier. Scolipede might be, in my opinion, the first one that is even worse than the first two. I think that its typing, Poison Bug, is really bad offensively. Defensively, you resist fighting. You resist Fairy, which is nice, but like that's not really it's not really that helpful. It has a much worse HP stat than Embor. It has a higher fizz def, but like we mentioned, like the HP stat does still come into play. Speed def is good and its defense is great, but the HP stat leaves a lot to be desired. Its typing leaves a lot to be desired. Its attack stat's good, but I think it has an even worse speed issue where it's still just a little bit too fast, but it's also much too slow to outspeed anything. It's like even worse than 75. 75 you can catch people off guard going like Max Jolly. 62 is not catching anybody, man. That's like Incineroar speed tier.
The one thing that saves it is it does get speed boost pre like Mega, but I feel like still base 62 isn't really saving you. I'm pretty sure that's like one speed over Tyranitar's base speed, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Which is like, that's a lot.
Yeah, like that's really bad. And then if I can just go to like Scolipede regular over here on this screen, the issue is that you're using Scolipede, right? And having to keep it like on the field unmega'd for like 3 turns for the speed to matter. Because 62, you need like 3 speed boosts to like outspeed everything. And it's really unfortunate. I think it's also
I think it's also restricted by the fact it doesn't get Gong Shot. Like its strongest poison move is most likely going to be Poison Jab. It doesn't get Gong Shot, I'm pretty sure. So it's like not only are you stuck with a base 80, like which is pretty weak physical poison type move, which means like majority of the Pokemon in this like world, like Pokemon world, like resist poison. The ones that are really strong into like are good, but imagine if you can intimidate it and you start to hit like a wet noodle. I think this mon's definitely a D tier mon, unironically, unless you get like a super dumb ability, like oh you get double the speed for no reason or something like that.
Oh my gosh, I low-key can make this tier D tier, and then in parentheses, Ensign bait.
I mean, it is an incineroar bait. Like, sure, like bug and poison stabs are strong, but together they just don't hit enough, and too many things resist it.
Okay, so we agree that it's D tier, or it's worse than these two.
It's definitely worse than those.
Is it bad enough to be in Pyro tier?
I don't think it is bad enough to be in Pyro tier, because like realistically,
these stats are really high.
It still has tools. It still has speed boost. I think it's definitely gonna be way better in singles and doubles. Like, I think I see it being really good for like singles too, because like it can pass possibly Iron Defense, Baton Pass, stuff like that, or it can just be a really strong like Sword Stance attacker, which it doesn't mega for the first 2 turns, and when it feels like it needs to, it mega evolves and sweeps the team. Like after 2 speed boosts, like before megaing, I don't think base 62 speed is gonna matter too much, because it's too like times 2 speed.
You know,
I think it's more built for singles than doubles, just like Embor.
All right, so we're gonna move to Scrafty here. So Scrafty is kind of awesome. Now I know you guys are probably looking like, wait a minute, what? It's not that much different to Scolipede. Yes, it is. First of all, it's way different, right? One, it has it has better bulk all around, right? 65 is obviously higher than 60. Its defense stat is comparable, and its def is much higher. The speed is obviously low, but the difference with Scrafty is it gets Intimidate on not mega, and they gave it Parting Shot, so you don't mind being slow now, right? Like low key, it can be slower. And then having like this high offensive stat on a Pokemon that this bulky, that also lowers offenses before it megas, and then can like lower them some more on Parting. And I know we mentioned with Clefable having mega be a support, but like I think this doesn't count as a support, right? Because you gotta have what, Dark Stab, Fighting Stab, close combat's really strong. It'll have like a Dark Stab like Crunch or something, which is really strong. It'll have Fake Out and Party Shot, so it does offensive things and it does support things, and it does it with really good offensive typing. I think that Scrafty is better than all the megas we've covered so far. What do you think?
I think the Parting Shot, getting Parting Shot is good, but I feel like it's gonna be used more like a Dragon Dance set. I'll be honest with you, more aggressive set, like because you have CC knockoff, like D Dance Protect. You also have like Gong Shot and other things. I feel like if you use it as a Parting Shot bot, that I feel like a lot of other Pokemon can like do that feat better. I feel like this mon would be a lot better Dragon Dancing with support. Like Amoonguss Scrafty, let's be honest. Scrafty on lead, dropping Intimidate next to Amoonguss while you Rage Powder D-Dance and you start to KO things with like CC knockoff, whatever. I feel like that's like a lot stronger than just like Parting Shot other stuff.
Well, more so the fact that it has like the options, the fact that it already has like 2 sets that you could probably use, makes it better than like what the other ones are, in my opinion.
I think the typing Dark like fighting is like good into like we've seen Dark Urshifu before. That thing's a monster.
Yes.
Like I'm pretty sure it has the same attack stat now as Dark Urshifu, because I'm pretty sure Urshifu's base 130 attack, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Urshifu's are 130.
So it's like we basically have a Dark Ursh at this point that just doesn't crit.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's pretty fun.
Dark Ursh that sets in, Dark Ursh that can set up and sets up Intimidate.
Like the fact it can get Dragon Dance and still got the capability of getting a strong ability, because like there's no way they're just gonna let it have Shed Skin over again, right?
No.
Like imagine if it gets Intimidate first and Moxie second, like when it mega gets Moxie.
That'd be crazy.
And after D-Dance you get,
or if it gets Intimidate twice.
Yeah, that'd be kind of goofy. But I think Scrafty is definitely it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna depend a lot on like how good it's gonna be, depending on the mega ability. But I think it's better than all the things we covered so far.
Yes, I don't think it's gonna be like top tier, but I do think, like, what do you think, B or A tier? I think B tier feels kind of right for it.
I think it's definitely High B tier, high B tier.
Yeah, I think B tier feels good. And we can always, once we have everything on the board, see where everything is and then move stuff around again.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know too much about Electros, but I don't remember it being that, I don't remember it being that great looking. As you can see, it gets like a big buff to its offenses, but mostly its stats are kind of like fine. Like it's very fine. What do you think about Electros?
The issue is it's just fine. It's not great. I think the attack and special attack's good, and the coverage it gets is like Giga Drain, Flamethrower, like everything is good. But if it loses Levitate, this one is so cooked.
Okay, so I just kind of looking at its stats. So it gained attack and special attack. I think it gained some speed. Let's go back
it's
to the
base
mega.
80 speed now. It's base 80 speed.
80
It got a
is-
little bit more bulk.
Yeah, 80 is not terrible. The bulk is also like fine. I don't like when they take the offenses and they split them this way, because you could have like made the points, you could have distributed the points better, right? Like if it was just a physical attacker, and you left these 20 points and put them in speed, now it's 100, 145, which is like still not top tier for megas, but it's very good and it's much more like usable. If it keeps Levitate though, I think that'll be really helpful for it if it keeps it. Because
Keyword is if.
yeah, because then it's like, oh, you know, we get to still be immune to ground types, gets good offensive coverage. Like you're not completely trolling if you were to play this Pokemon, I think.
I feel like there's just so many better megas out there though.
Yes.
I feel like this is just like a good Mon. Like it's a good Mon, but it's just like not good enough. I feel like it fits into like the Clefable M board here because
because it's a real Pokemon, just not a mega.
like I can see this one being really strong in the lower tier of like the singles, like maybe UU area. Because base 145, 135 is not something to be messed with, and base 80 speed is like still really good
Solid.
in singles, but in doubles where like everything is so like restricted on what you want to do, especially for a mega to not fill any like specific role. Like look at Charizard. Like set up the sun supports the whole team. We can look at like other megas that are like super fast and offensive, but this one's like kind of like mid-board speed. Offense is fine, but not sticking out. It just feels like a real Pokemon. I feel like this has the stats of like a Paradox Pokemon, not a Mega.
Yeah. Paradox Pokemon are real. They just say megas. All right, so who we have next is we have Delphox. So let me go ahead and pull up the Fox. Where are you at?
This one is broken.
Yeah, I was like, we're about to get into some of the better ones for sure. So yeah, this thing is like absurd, right? Who cares about the attack stat? We don't care about the HP or the defense for real, because it's
slugging.
literally, it's like, I think the 134 stat for the speed is a bit unfortunate. It should have been 136, because making it slower than Fluttermane feels like trolling. But we probably won't see Fluttermane for a while once we move the champions, so it'll be okay for now. But like,
I think this is gonna be one of the strongest early meta threats ever, because like this is a Mon that has 159 attack, same as Charizard Y, by the way, and 134 speed. That has expanding force, so you can just pair it with Indeedee. Like if you compare it with Indeedee, like Indeedee, Delphox, and like remember, I feel like terras are not gonna be involved in the game and champions for at least a little while, so you can literally just side Rillaboom with like helping and Heat Wave, and it drew AV and just obliterated. I think this is gonna be one of the strongest early meta threats out there. I think it definitely belongs in at least the A tier. Like Mega Delphox is strong. It has insane stats. 159, 134. Like until like Chen Pao and other stuff gets involved in the format, I think it'll be one of the strongest Pokemon in the format, especially because of this covers and stats it gets. Oh, by the way, it gets Nasty Plot now.
Oh yeah, so it gets set up next to a redirector and it gets an E-Force. I actually want to run something. So like I changed this regular Delphox on screen to what you call it, just to see like how much we can get. And this is like with no investment. So if I go 252 minus, so this is like the AV Rillaboom with like a lot of bulk. And then if you have like Helping Hand, so you can like damn near one shot it. It's like a low roll, but then if they're like not as bulky, because no one really runs 124 spit def on Rillaboom, let's be honest. So let's go 12, because people will go for an even number.
Like,
So yeah, so like you can like blow him up, and if he's just like a bulky one with no spadef. Like if you take the spadef off, you're just torching it. Who else? What's the E-Force button? Let's try that. Expanding force. Where's my psychic terrain? Yeah, like that's pretty insane. Like, let's see if I go to like Don Dozo or something. How much do we do to Dozo? Oh my gosh. Let me give him the commander boost though.
Like it's 2 hit KOs if you're helping handed.
Yes, like if you're helping hand, it's 2 hit KOs Dozo, which is kind of nice. And don't let you get like a setup first, right? Oh, he's unaware, but you guys get the point. I think this is just a very, very strong Pokemon overall. And because like, we'll see how fast the meta ends up being when these Pokemon are legal. 134 is just so high for everything that I think we'll end up seeing.
Like, for example, in Reg H, like the fastest Pokemon is Dragapult. It's like barely slower than it, which is like kind of insane.
Yes, it's faster than everything that we'll see in the format. Do you think it's good enough to hit A, or do you think it's still like a B tier mega?
It's definitely an A tier, not S, but A tier.
Yeah, I think it's I think like it's Psyspam's newest like big threat.
I think the issue is gonna be it's incredibly strong, but as the meta goes harder, like base 135 is being introduced into the format and stuff, it's gonna fall down a tremendous amount. It's definitely gonna be one of the strongest early meta threats ever. Hence why I'm not putting it in S tier, because like it's gonna fall down eventually.
Yeah, I'm just thinking also about something like we're not even considering that like on the hard TR side spam teams that they'll have Torkoal for Sun, and this thing will get to benefit from Sun also.
Yeah,
that's insane. All right. So yeah, we'll put that in A tier for now. Chandelure also has some pretty wild stats from what I remember.
I think Mega Chandelure is gonna be incredible in Tailwind teams because base 175 special attack is insane.
Yes, it's actually insane. And then like they also made it like it gave it good survivability too, right? Like I didn't expect them to do that because what is Chandelure is like regular bulk was not like super duper impressive.
It's like 90 and 90 is actually like pretty good other than the HP stat.
Yeah, but because of the HP, your 90 doesn't go as far, right? But with the Mega, even though it didn't get more HP, getting up to 110, that's real bulk. That's actual real bulk. And then 175 is absurd. Like
the thing about this one is that you don't actually have to invest in special attack because it's already so high.
Yes.
So you can just like invest in bulk mostly, just like go modest, a little bit of special attack, max speed, and like it, like beginning stat for this is 214.
Yeah, like that's insane. And like 142 in Tailwind is like wonderful. So like if you could just go ahead and if you want to like max out your HP or something, like obviously you're going to be more nuanced than that. But the fact that you can get up to 214 with no investment, just going modest, is actually pretty insane for Pokemon that will be legal at the start. Like
I think this is gonna be one of the strongest Tailwind megas in the game, honestly. Like especially in the earlier formats, base 90 speed is pretty strong in like early formats. Like I think it's gonna be very good.
I think it's
insane coverage. Like it gets insane coverage, insane moves. I think depending on what ability it gets, it can be also really disgustingly good. Like I don't know, we don't know about abilities yet, but even if it just gets Flash Fire, I can see this one being incredibly good.
If it gets Flash Fire, then Delphox instantly loses his spot, because it just really struggles at that point to hit it, to exist in the same.
Definitely A tier.
Yeah, I think it's A tier as well. I think they're very similar, so I think it's definitely an A tier mon. Not like cream of the crop, but like this thing cuts a tournament. You're not gonna be like, what? Chandelure cut? You're not gonna think that. Who we got next? Chestnut. This is my boy. This is my boy.
The issue is the typing. I think it's great. I think it's a good mon, but like the typing is so bad.
So the typing I think is like not great defensively, but like I think they kind of made up for some of its bad defensive typing with these incredible bulk stats. Like 172 defense, 115 bulk with a tolerable HP stat is kind of absurd. It's nice and slow. Like it's really slow, which is kind of awesome.
Slower than Ursaluna. It's slower than Ursaluna, which is kind of great.
Yeah, which is great. Not for you, but it's great for the rest of us. Like its speed is what 64, which is kind of dumb before, right? Like that was a really dumb speed stat. But 44 is like awesome. I also think it's good. I think it might get stance change, which would be great, but I'm not going to factor that into how good it's going to be. But I do think like we know it has body press for sure. So like 172 stat body press is already kind of insane, right? Because it makes it where like you don't need to necessarily invest in your attack stat if you're going to use like body press, but you could invest a little bit, use like if it gets like wood hammer or something, you can use that.
Because wood hammer CC, like all great stats.
And they just had like they didn't waste any points on the special attack, which is good. And then the fact that we have dynamic speed control now, so like you can have it in Trick Room as regular chest dot and mega and instantly drop your speed and go first, I think is a really big advantage for it.
I think the issue for me is that it's good, but like it's like Como. I feel the typing is mid. It got saved due to Terra, but I feel like without Terra, this one's gonna be like it's. I feel like it's good, but I feel like it's just not good enough in doubles because like there's two Pokemon targeting you at once, and if you're weak to like 50% of the popular type like type moves in the format, that's just not gonna be good enough to like make it yourself good.
I can see that. I'm trying to see like if you were to like invest in its like Spadef, you know, or I guess you would probably invest in its defense a little bit.
Like think of it like this: would you really have a mega slot for your Iron Defense body press mon?
No,
would you really waste your mega slot on that?
I wouldn't want to do Iron Defense body press, but I do think like body press off a 220 like defense stat is pretty nice. And then you can like max out your Spadef. Like 167 Spadef is really good. 188 HP is really nice.
I just feel like it's just not worth like investing a mega slot for a chestnut, unfortunately. The stats are good.
Where do you think? Because I think it's better than like these guys for sure, right? Do you think it's B?
I think it's a B tier. It's a very low B tier, I feel. Because I think it has the stats to be good. The issue is the typing.
What do you, if so? Like speculating, we'll leave it in B because I think B is kind of fair for it without any more information. Because the typing is pretty bad. But like, if it was to get stance change, which is what I speculated to get, what do you think that does for it?
Stance change. I mean, it depends. If it gets base 172 attack immediately after changing form, that's kind of nuts.
Yes, that's my point. And it keeps that speed, so like you can stance change. And stay slow and then hit last out to I think that'd be really awesome. But we'll get to the next one. All right, so Greninja is interesting.
I think this mon is a definite S tier.
Oh, you think S tier? Why do you think S tier?
This is the biggest potential man in all Pokemon, honestly. Like look at his stats: 133 special attack, 125 attack, base 142 speed.
The speed is awesome.
And also, it gets Nasty Plot. It also gets Priority. It can literally do anything. Like, have you looked at the coverage it gets? Gong Shot, Grass Knot, Ice Beam, Icy Wind. It gets a supporting move like Haze. Like, this is the biggest potential man of all Pokemon.
Yeah,
so
but
far,
I don't know if I'm comfortable putting potential man. S tier feels like it's for the short things, right?
No, like I'm saying potential man because it can do literally anything you want it to do. It has a capability and stats to do anything you want to do. I think this one is broken. Like let's see it without abilities, just raw stats.
Yeah, I see the stats here. I'm like,
it's insane.
It just feels a bit like a Focus Sash mon without a Focus Sash. But 142 speed is really good. It's really strong.
Like,
132 is really good.
Like, let's be honest. Like, this is a Pokemon that doesn't need an ability. The stats are good. The speed is insane. Like I feel like this mon is just like stupidly good. Like for example, imagine if you just like KO, like it is comparable to Ash Greninja.
So how good would you say Ash Greninja was? Because Ash Greninja is stronger than Mega Greninja, which actually I think is kind of dumb. I think that's stupid. They shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I think Ash Greninja is dumb. Like is really dumb. I think it's probably like the issue is the speed of 132. It should have been 136. But other than that, I think this one would have been really good, like without the 135s being in the way. I think what is like super broken in my mind is that imagine like this: you get your Battle Ball Greninja, right? You get a kill, you get +1/+1/+1. You mega, and what now? You have this Pokemon with +1 in speed, special attack, and attack, which means you outspeed things in Tailwind. Like, and you still kill them. That's insane.
I will. Do you think that Battle Bond Greninja will be? Because that does kind of matter, I guess. You think Battlebond Greninja will be legal?
I think Battlebond Greninja like realistically should be legal, considering it doesn't change stats and stuff anymore. Like, it's not a particular form, etc., etc. I think this mon is gonna be very good in general.
All right,
like,
so I'll put it in. I'll put it in S for now, and then we'll revisit once we have it done. Because Battlebond, I think, does matter. If you can like sneak a KO with if you could sneak a KO with Greninja and get +1 stats and then Mega, that could be pretty absurd. That could be pretty insane.
Like, my other thing is that imagine Greninja in a CTS format where, like, sure, you don't know what it's gonna do. Like, it has 50 billion moves. It can do anything. Like, I think the fear it can put on people are genuinely insane. And the things it can do is it already hits super hard. It has an insane coverage to hit everything that's popular. Like early format, let's be honest, it's like Gyarados, Garchomp, Dragonite, stuff like that, right? Greninja has the tools to execute every single one pretty easily. Like, I cannot, like, if we're just going by Mon, I think Mega Greninja is actually one of the biggest Pokemon, like strongest Pokemon to come out of this game.
Speaking of one of the strongest, I think Dragalge, looking at its stats, this is my first time actually looking at Dragalge stats. This is insane. This is wild.
I think if it keeps adaptability, it's going to be an S tier Mon.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Just based on the stats alone, like being as slow, this also makes me feel more comfortable putting Chestnut in B, because Chestnut can't hit this thing, and this thing wipes Chestnut.
Yeah,
that's actually.
I think
really
the stats are absurd. Base 132 special attack, and if it gets adaptability, it's a definite S tier. I think I'd put it at A tier for now because we don't know the abilities yet, but if it gets adaptability, this is an S tier Mon, because 132 special attack with adaptability is like insane.
Yeah, that's a really good special attack stat. This Spadef is low key. It didn't need this much for that. This is too much. You could have like used this and put it in the health, but it's still absurd. Like, this is like, isn't it stronger than like what Chansey and Blissey and them? What's Chansey's in Blissey's special defense?
I think they're like base 100. Like, I don't actually know.
Blissey is 135, and then Chansey's obviously going to be lower. 105.
105.
But yeah, like 163 is comically high. You have to break this thing physically, and Poison Dragon resists a lot of physical hits, right? Like, you fighting, it gets resisted. You resist like all the elements, so that's really good, like defensive typing overall. You're neutral to fairy, so you're not getting wiped by fairy types. Ground is a physical leaning type, but like if you get this thing on the Trick Room and you click like 132 Draco Meteor, most ground types are going to explode. So yeah, I think this is a really good one. Do you think this is a A tier Mon?
I think it's definitely A tier Mon just by raw stats and what the things it can do in Trick Room. But I think it'll be a definite S tier if it gets adaptability. I put it at A tier for now because we're not sure about the abilities, but like,
yeah, I feel that. All right, so
and like even Mega Greninja, like if it gets a good ability, it might even be Z tier. I'll be honest with you.
We'll get to the Z's. Pyroar is in Pyroar tier. We'll still take a look at Pyroar to show everyone why it's Pyroar tier. So this is not base Pyroar stats you're looking at. This is Mega Pyroar stats, and this thing isn't even better than regular Pokemon. This thing has worse stats.
This is a regular Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like literally so like normal, and like it's so bad that it doesn't even get to go in the real Pokemon, because real Pokemon dunk on this thing, right? Like Fluttermane, like, is the one we keep going back to. Fluttermane has way better stats than this, because it's way faster and it's a little bit stronger.
You know what's like what's the funniest thing about this Mon?
What?
They just gave Pyro 20 in each stat. That's all they did.
Yes, which is kind of like so lazy, just like its design. Yeah, you see, yeah, they just gave
this is 20. This is so lazy. Like, this is just a definition of lazy, boring. What the heck?
And all they had to do was just say, you know what? Forget the bulk. 159 attack, 156 speed, and it would have been like the most broken thing ever.
I feel like if they just gave Pyro 136 like speed and gave it an actual special attack stat, it would have been genuinely good.
Yes, but instead they gave it this muck. Like they gave like
Also, Mega Power's ugly. I don't like
yeah,
it.
it looks pretty bad. But like, look at these. They gave like Greninja these great speed and special attack stats. They gave Delphox great speed, special attack, great special attack. Oh no, absurd special attack, decent speed. They kind of just said, Pyro, we'll give you a little something. Just this feels like a thing where like people were begging for a Mon to get a Mega, and they said, here, damn. Except no one was begging for Pyro. So like, why did they even bother to waste a slot?
It's like Ifrit giving us the Dunsparce as the Dunsparce's evolution.
Like, who asked for the Dunsparce, bro? Like, nobody asked for that. We can move on. So we have Victory Bell's Mega. Would you say it's a little underwhelming?
It is super underwhelming unless it's chlorophyll. Base 70 speed is not great.
Yeah, and like special attack is obviously very good. Attack stat's very good, but the speed doesn't take advantage of it in any way. The bulk is fine, like it's good bulk. But they made this big old fat Pokemon and then didn't make it super bulky, which kind of is dumb in my opinion. Like, why do you make it offensive?
I feel like considering how fat it looked, it should have been fatter. Like,
yeah,
actually bulkier.
Like a huge wall that's hard for people to break through. But you can break through this mad easy. Like Charizard Y just wipes this in one shot.
I think this Pokemon is like not worse than Mega at all. It's like a real poke. It feels like a Paradox Mon. That's all it takes. Feels like.
Do you think it's better than Scolipede? I feel like they're very similar. Like, is it as good as Pyro?
I think it has potential at least. I feel like this one actually has potential though, because like if it had chlorophyll, it's gonna be a very strong Mega and Sun. That's the only thing that actually saves it. IMO. So
like real Pokemon, just not a Mega.
Yeah.
All right, we can put it there. I think. Oh my God, another disappointment incoming. If you're a friend of Malamar, please.
Malamar is Pyro tier, unless yeah.
Yeah, like Malamar, I'm so confident Malamar is Pyro tier that before I started the video, the tier's name was Malamar tier, but then I was like, no, Pyro is getting that honor of having the tier named after him because it's so like bad. Wait, am I tripping?
The only thing that's now,
dude. What? I thought that I clicked here to change it because I thought I had regular Malamar pulled up.
Yeah, the stats are dead underwhelming. They just dumped everything to special attack, by the way.
I'm looking at the stat like, oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. I have the wrong one pulled up. Like, no, this is just Malamar.
This is not a Mega stat.
Yeah, this is really bad. It's gonna
they
have
just
to
gave
get
it
some
10 attack. This is just.
It's gonna need an insane
For the
ability.
record, if it doesn't get contrary, if it doesn't get contrary or insane ability, this one's gonna be one of the worst Pokemon ever.
It's like it's already a Pokemon that no one would use. If this was base Malamar stats, you maybe consider it because of contrary, but like outside of that, you wouldn't even look at this Mon's way. Like what?
Bro, all I'm gonna say is if it doesn't get like special. If it doesn't get like special huge power or something like that, this mon's gonna be dog.
Yeah, that's really bad, man. They did this insane rollout for it too, and it just was like garbanzo beans. But we can move on to Hawlucha. Hawlucha is underwhelming because of what I thought it would be, but I think the stats are still very good.
I think we might have overrated it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they made it so cool with the big rollout, but I've noticed with Pokemon, whenever they do a big rollout and promo for a Pokemon, it's usually not as strong as we think it'll be. But like 118, 137 attack and 118 speed is pretty good.
It's not bad, but it's not the best.
It's hard to commit your Mega Slot to something that when there's like these stat check monsters out here. It's just so hard to commit your Mega to something that's not stat checking everything really hard.
I just think this could have been so much better.
I agree. It could have been a lot better. Cause like if we just go to like Hawlucha, it didn't get anything in its speed stat at all, which is a bit unfortunate. It got a lot of attack, which is nice. And it got like some bulk, which it needed, right? I think it's just Hawlucha was so bad to start that they had the work cut out for them. So I understand. Maybe if the defense was like 90 instead of 100, and you put it to like 128 speed, that would help. It wouldn't really change that much, honestly, but it would help a little bit.
The issue for me is that it loses the entire niche of Hawlucha, which is unburdened stuff. Like, sure, Tailwind is fine, etc. But I feel like it doesn't have good enough of a move pool to take advantage of the attack other than like Brave Bird CC. But what else?
Yeah,
like, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, you get Flying Press. But I do feel like it's real Pokemon, just not your Mega slot. It's better than everything in these three for sure, like by a lot.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be good, but not good enough. I feel like I can see them being in like really low B tier maybe because of like basic 118 speed is like really strong and everything, and that's the potential to have a good ability.
I just wonder if like if you have a fighting slot on the team, would you pick it in the same breath as these two?
Hawlucha is like the definition of like very one-dimensional Pokemon, I feel. Yes. So probably not.
Yeah, so I think I'll leave it there for now. Next on the list is Barbaracle. Let me go find Barbaracle. I think his stats were actually pretty good, if I can remember correctly. Where are you, little buddy?
Barbaracle is cool.
Did I not load it, actually? Must have missed it.
You might have not loaded it.
Yeah, now I gotta go all the way to the bottom and click add Pokemon.
That's how irrelevant it is.
That's actually crazy. Is just maybe I just ran out of space, so I'll just go to Barbaracle. I'll replace Hawlucha. So Barbaracle, pretty decent stats. Pretty good. Actually, pretty good stats, I'd say. 140 attack is really nice. Defense stats really good. Special defense really good. HP is like workable with the defense. Speed is pretty solid. And I think it's
horrible defensive typing.
Yeah, rock fighting is a bit awkward. You're weak to psychic, you're weak to water, you're weak to ground, you're neutral to flying, which is not good for your rock type.
Fairy,
weak to grass, weak to fairy. It has a lot of weaknesses. It needs a really good ability to be good. Stats are fine. Typing is meh. Design is pretty cool. Do you think he's in the real Pokemon?
I think it's gonna be a
or you think he's worse?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a monster in singles. Like Shell Smash with base 88 speed and 140 attack is gonna be insane. But consider how the format runs in Pokemon, where everything has Intimidate, and this is pretty one-dimensional. It's gonna be CC, Rock Slide, Shell Smash, Protect, or something like that. Blue Pool's not great. It exists. It's just not the best.
I'm trying to think. Shell Smash is not bad for it though. If you can get a Shell Smash off, it'd be pretty solid. The issue that you are using Barbaracle at first to have
you are committing a Barbaracle. So like it's just a Pokemon that exists that doesn't do anything for the team. Like the thing about Mega Evolutions on teams that are like traditionally they are doing something for the team, like Charizard Y, like set up the sun, powers it up, and like supports teammates. Mega Manectric has Intimidate, has really good pivot move, supports the entire team. Mega Metagross destroys everything in sight and supports the entire team by providing the offensive countermeasure that people are not prepared for. Like what else? Mega Gengar has Shadow Attack to trap the entire team. Yada yada. I think the definition of Mega, I think it should be there to do something for the entire team, not just single-handedly exist.
No, yeah, I feel this with Barbaracle. You're definitely playing protect the Barbaracle with the rest of the team. You're building your team for Barbaracle to protect this guy so he can Shell Smash off. But we'll hold off on these two for now.
Loses to expanding for her, anyways.
All right, we'll move on to. We'll go to Drampa next. We'll hold off on the two legendaries for now.
Yeah.
All right, Drampa, Mega, boom. So Drampa, Drampa might actually be better than Dragalge just because it's slower and stronger.
I think Mega Drampa is gonna be a really strong hard trick room attacker.
And it does get Hyper Voice,
like base
so it has spread moves.
It does get Hyper Voice.
Like Hyper Voice, like Draco. Like launching a Draco like on your last turn of Trick Room just to try to like pick up the kill before you run out of time, I think is like really, really cool. 160, yeah, getting.
I think like 160 is strong.
It's really strong. Like and I'll go to level 50. And because it's a Trick Room mon, you don't care about investing in the speed, so you don't need timid. So like 233 special attack is absurd. And then 185 HP with this bulk is really good. Like you're not gonna break it easily. And then the speed is great for Trick Room. Like I don't know how many like Torko's slower and that's it as far as relevant Trick Room mons.
Like Hatterene, Torkoal, that should be it.
Okay, so Hatterene would be tough, but like Torkoal's life is over, right? Drampa just beats it up. It just beats it up.
So something fun you can do with Drampa is it's one of the slower bonds that actually do get access to Tailwind. So if you have like a slow team that doesn't take like Tail Room, you could get Drampa actually gets Tailwind. That is a very goofy thing that I learned. So you could.
That's funny.
Could actually run Tailwind on this thing if you're running like a Tail Room team.
That's really funny because like on the last turn of friggin' Trick Room, you just click Tailwind and you have your faster mod. That's funny. What tier do you think it belongs at? I think it's better. It's at least B. Do you think it's A? Well, if Dragology is A, this has to be A, right?
I think the issue with this one is like it just is a normal type. It's just not great.
I guess normal is a bit sauceless, but it's also a dragon. It has a cool design. I think I'm okay with it being in the same tier as Dragology, just because they do so similar things.
I feel like if we're tiering in standards of like ZA Mega, I am fine with A tier, but if it's like a normal Mega, I would drop it to B.
Yeah, we can worry about context of themselves, because like if we were like adding all the Megas, we'd have to drop like these guys to like bottom of
F
like
tier.
Yeah, like bottom of like the Earth tier, right? Like,
yeah,
and we would like leave Pyro off the list completely. So let's go to erase one of you guys and go to Phalanx. Phalanx is very real Pokemon, not a
not
mega.
the worst.
Like not the worst, not the best. If you get off a no retreat though, then we talking.
If it keeps Defiant and choose no retreat, I think it'll be very good.
Yeah, like having Defiant, I think your base mon matters a lot, right? Because like if you start trash, then it's gonna be hard for you to succeed. But if you start good, because we know for sure, we don't know what the Mega's ability will be, but we know for sure, Phalanx will get Defiant, right? So like getting off your non-intimidate mon into a no retreat into Mega, actually pretty good. Its stat spread 135 with no works. The issue is what?
The issue is the soul fighting type. It just doesn't provide anything realistically. Like it has strong fighting stab, like it has things like Iron Head, but I feel like it's just very limited on the moves it can pack because you're forced to run CC, no retreat, protect, and one more move. I feel like it's just strong, but not strong enough because like it doesn't have enough slots to have coverage on your like move slots.
Yeah, because you're gonna have protect. You might have no retreat just to make it, because you need something to increase its damage output and increase like its stats overall. Because 100 is good, 100 is really good, right? But like sometimes it might not enough for your bulk, which is like 65 HP, 65 speed death means you can just get wiped off the map. Like air slash will kill you.
All I'm gonna say is if your Mega Pokemon gets one KO by Mega Charizard by Heat Wave, that probably should not be your main Mega.
Yeah. Really unfortunate. So you think he's like C or B? I think he might be C just based on like the stats being just fine.
He's just a weird guy.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Real Pokemon, not quite a Mega. Who we got there? Ooh, Starmie is an interesting one. Starmie can actually be very good.
Starmie is definitely gonna get huge power for the ability.
Yeah, the reason we say that is because 140 attack stat is not its actual stat. In game, it's like 100, but they added 40 extra. And usually when they do that, it's because the Pokemon is getting huge power and they can't replicate the ability in the game. Which is what they did for Mawile and Medicham and Legends Arceus, right? They gave it an extra 40 base stats in the attack to make up for huge power not being there. So if it's 100 attack with huge power, which is like, pretty absurd, and 120 speed and like phenomenal like defenses realistically, and then like HP is garbage, but 105 is really good. 120 speed is pretty good. You outspeed most things. 140 attack with huge power is really awesome. Or will it get like huge power and pure power the same thing? So it probably get like pure power, but like
A fun fact: they actually gave a Starmie Aquajet this generation.
I was actually have some battles recorded while I was using Aquajet physical Starmie in ZA.
Yeah.
I gotta upload that at some point. But yeah, Aquajet off 140
Like,
attack is really good.
Like liquidations, that headbutt, Aquajet, standard stuff. I think it's gonna be incredibly strong. Like base 120 speed is strong. Look at the bulk. Like even though the HP is bad, is incredibly good. It can even run mixed. Like base 130 special attack is nothing to mess with. I think this one is gonna be really good.
And that's the thing, right? You can still run a special.
Is a very strong type.
Yes, like you hit most things. You have some good resistances to like psychic. You resist fire. Like you have some decent resistances. Like it's not the worst thing in the world. I think it's a really, really good Pokemon. Definitely better than real Pokemon. You think it's A? You know,
I think this is an A tier.
No, yeah, I think a huge power Mega is always going to be really strong. Like no matter what.
All I'm gonna say is a huge power Pokemon with base 120 speed. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that'll be the fastest huge power Pokemon we have actually. So, or no, is it faster than Mega Medicham?
Mega Medicham's only base 100.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be insane. All right, so now we have one of the behemoths, Dragonite here. This thing's stat spread is
this is a definite S. This is a definite S tier.
Yeah,
S tier, all the
like insane, especially like with inner focus or multi skill to start. Like I don't know what it is. We actually don't know what it'll be, but like inner focus, meaning like your Mega, essentially, you can't fake out into this thing safely. So like if I just get like a free hurricane off on turn 1, I might wipe something off the board like instantly. Like instantly,
is base 140 5 special attack.
Yeah, like that is out of this world good for a Pokemon this bulky. Pokemon this bulky and this fast don't ever get attack stats this high, but like it gets to be fast and live all your hits and one shot all your Pokemon. This thing is actually like insane.
S tier all the way.
Also, why I was
denying it. We don't even know his ability yet, and it's fucking S tier. Like this one is stupid. Like it gets all the coverage in the world. It gets all the supporting moves in the world. It does everything. Like that's not fair.
No, it's actually like super duper insane. Because it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, so like it gets like all the moves like we mentioned. Actually, I want to look at like regular Dragonite real quick.
Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Draco Meteor, Tailwind, Haze.
It gets Ice Beam. It gets
everything.
It gets Flamethrower. Like it's actually so strong, and its ability is gonna make it strong. I just know it is. S tier works for me.
Yeah.
I did have Meganium pulled up, but
this is a definite S tier.
All right, so Mega Meganium, it looks like it wants to be Dragonite, but it's just not quite Dragonite. But it's in a fight with Dragonite with the typing, right? Because Fairy is good into D-Knight, but Grass is bad into D-Knight. So I think that'll give it like a solid like niche. Special attack's really good.
I think this Pokemon's insanely strong, actually. Like Poison is very strong against it, but let's be honest, there aren't that many good Poison-type Pokemon in the world, other than maybe Dragalge right now.
Correct.
And like maybe like a few others. I think this mon will be really strong, but I feel like it just solely depends on like the ability. And like for example, like it gets 143 special attack, it gets Earth Power in this generation, but the only fairy stab it gets is Dazzling Gleam, which is like not really the greatest.
Yeah, I'm hoping they get something else in Champions, but Dazzling Gleam not like enough. But Dazzling Gleam's not like garbage either.
Not garbage, but it's not enough. I think this is a Pokemon that is like heavily restricted by its move pool. Because like if it had Moonblast, it'd be so strong. But it's the fact it's stuck with Dazzling Gleam and like your Grass Step being like Giga Drain or Energy Ball instead of anything stronger. Well, unless you want Leaf Storm, but that's gonna drop your special attack, which is not good in the long run.
Yeah, I think Moonblast would have made this Pokemon like a bulky Moonblaster like this would have been pretty insane. Especially if you get drops like Spatak drops with this thing, and you have this really good Spadef stat, it'd be hard to break.
I think this is definitely a B tier at least, but I think its usage is gonna depend on what ability it gets most of it.
Yeah, based on its typing and stats, I think B feels fair for it right now. All right, so for Alligator,
this typing is just not great.
Yeah, but it's like not terrible. So Feraligatr is an interesting one, because this attack stat is absurd, and Water Dragon is a phenomenal typing. Like it's so good.
And then you look at the speed stat, and it's just so low.
I know that I'm so upset that its speed stat is just low. Like I would have taken like 40. Well, I'd take like 150 attack. And the defense stat on Feraligatr is what? Let me see real quick. So it's 100 defense on regular Feraligatr. Honestly, I would have been fine with Feraligatr keeping its like 100 defense, or even making it like 110, and take like, yeah, take the 25 and make this 150. Take the 35 and add it to like speed. Like I'd have been like fine with that. Like I totally would have been okay with that, because its typing makes up for some of its shortcomings.
Definitely. I think this one is like the definition of very min-maxed. Like, I think it's gonna be good, but not good enough, because all the Intimidate running around in VGC double stuff. The typing is good, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of Dragon and Fairy types that outpace its speed stat, which means it's probably gonna get destroyed. It's not gonna have an opportunity to set up. It's not gonna have an opportunity to actually move a lot of times. And let's be honest, the strongest dragon move is Outrage or like Dragon Rush. It's heavily limited by its stabs. It's just not. I feel like it's just not a Pokemon limited by its move pool. Just like B tier, I think.
Yeah, I think B is fair for it. Because 165 is nothing that stings that. Like this thing will one shot Incineroar through Intimidate. Like if it catches it, switch again, it will still one shot. So that's like not that big of an issue. But we'll see what ability it gets. I'm assuming Strong Jaw, just based on its like how it looks. And if it gets Fish's Wren, that'll help a lot too, which I think it will. But we'll see. So let's go on to the next one. I'll just type it in here, because it's another one that I think is actually going to be very, very good. We have Mega Skarmory. Skarmory's stats are really nice in my opinion. I think that
this
140
is a
attack.
definition of true min-maxing.
Yeah, they just said forget the special attack. We're going full speed ahead, huge damage. I think Steel Flying is very good typing, especially for this bulk. Like keeping that typing is really good, because you're not being weak to ground as a steel type really limits what can hit you. What is it? Fire and electric that hits this, and that's like it.
Fire, electric, yeah.
Those are the only two weaknesses it has. Fire,
yeah,
and
that
electric.
should be it.
Yeah. So like that's really good, right? And you hit like most things for neutral with stealing flying. Only thing you don't hit is steel. But like the other steals you're gonna face are like Mega Skarmories, right? So it's just a mirror anyway, so who cares? Brave Bird is really strong, coming off this 140 attack stat, 110 speed. It'll probably get like Iron Head. So I think this Pokemon is like at least an A tier one. What do you think of Mega Skarmory?
I think this is definitely A tier. It also gets Drill Run in this generation. Like you get good
goodness.
coverage. Like you lose some defense stats, but it's still incredibly strong. Like I think like it gets enough coverage and good like stab like Brave Bird, Iron Hand and stuff to actually take advantage of everything. I think it's definitely an A tier. Like base 110 speed is really rare speed tier, and like if you can take advantage of that and have strong stabs line and like using it, like you're gonna be good.
Yeah, I forgot to get Drill One. Drill One's actually really, really, really good. Speaking of drills, we have a War Criminal coming up.
S tier. S tier all the way. S tier.
And like
this is on S tier. They really decided to speed creep Garchomp by exactly one speed.
Like, so I know people are probably looking at this like this doesn't look much different to things that we've seen so far, but let's tell you why it's much different. Like he just mentioned, 103 outspeeding all the base 100s and Garchomp, obviously, which is going to be in the game, which is going to be prevalent in the in Champions when we're using the first format for it. 103 outspeeds what it needs to outspeed. If it keeps Sand Rush, you'll outspeed everything in Tailwind. So that's also, and it's very likely, I think, to keep Sand Rush too. The defense stat is obviously good. The Spinef is not going to matter as much because you're going to outspeed everything and you're getting hitting them with this 165 Spinef. Like you just look at it next to like Feraligatr, for example. Like it just kind of, this was my disappointment with Feraligatr. Escadrille just outclasses it so many ways. Like more HP, more attack. You know, less defense, but it's a steel type, so just that really less defense. Less for death, but it's 103 speed, so it's gonna get to use its attack stat way more often. I think this thing is a criminal. they made it like really strong, and it's gonna like terrorize us for the first format. Like I think this is definitely one of the S tier megas that they put out as far as like stats.
This is just straight up S tier. Like nothing resists a triple combo, a rock slide, Iron Head, Earthquake is genuinely just over.
Yeah, like it's
this
actually,
one is the definition of like why did they do this?
Yeah, it's way too strong. Who do we have? Oh, Frostlass. We'll do Frostlass, then we'll do the legendaries. Frostlass. Mega Frostlass. Frostlass is good. Frostlass is pretty good. I like this a lot. 120 speed, obviously, you know, same as what Starmie. 140 special attack. So no mixed attacker here. Straight up special attacker, which I think is really good. Decent SPDEF stat. It's like Fluttermane if Fluttermane was slow, but also had ice coverage. What do you think of Frostlass?
This Pokemon is interesting because like it has the two strongest offensive stabs in the game, like Ice and Ghost, which means its defensive stats are gonna be incredibly bad.
Yes. Yeah, Shadow Ball
is weak
Ice
to like
Beam.
50.
Does it?
Thunderbolt.
It gets Blizzard. I think Blizzard.
They also gave
really
it Thunderbolt this generation. They gave it Bolt Beam this generation.
You said Bolt Beam?
Yeah, like Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, like Bolt Beam.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thunderbolt is good because you can hit water types that normally you don't touch with ice moves. So I think, you know, this thing is really solid. It's really good. Not top tier, just because like Ice Ghost is pretty bad defensively. It's really great offensively, like you mentioned, but it's pretty bad defensively. Really fast, but not as fast as like what is it, Delphox, for example. Like Delphox kind of farms this a little bit.
Completely.
Chandelure has, I think it has to be at least in the same tier as Chandelure though, right? Because it's faster than Chandelure.
Yeah.
And hits with the ghost typing as well.
I think it is really strong. It's definitely gonna be A tier, but it's just not gonna be S.
Yeah, which is like fine, right? Not everything has to be S tier anyway. So all right, so let's go with Float at let me see. Yeah, this is the, I gotta go Mega Flow Eternal. Just want to see if they showed the stats the same way for both. So this thing is pretty strong.
It speed ties Garchomp, which is really funny though.
Oh my god, they hate Garchomp so bad. It does speed tie Chomp, and Chomp can't touch it, but it can like, it sneezes in Chomp's direction and it just dies. Extra drill victim though, extra drill victim for sure. Like actual 100%. extra drill victim. I think that stops it from being S. Its speed is pretty fine otherwise though. Outspeed of the base 100s. Outspeeds does it outspeed Dragonite? Yeah, outspeeds Dragonite, which is base 100. So like Dragonite would struggle with it a little bit. And I think if you have a way to counter the S tier mod, which Mega Dragonite is, that puts you pretty high up on the list. I think you should at least be A tier with those stats and your ability to counter like the best mod.
I think the mod is strictly A tier because of it has no coverage. That's exactly the only reason. It gets no coverage. It only gets like normal fairy and grass move. It gets absolutely no coverage, no nothing, no earth power, no anything. It's just exist.
All right, and then we have the reason Z tier was invented. We have
just put it in tier.
Like this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like actually dumb. Like earlier in the video, like which is like an hour long at this point, we mentioned how HP stats carry the bulk sometimes. Well, guess what? 9085 is not bad anyway. So with 216, you can't knock this thing out. You can't knock this thing out. And then 216 special attack means you don't have to invest. So like you can just go like timid, get as much speed as you can. But you probably still, because your HP stat is so high, you probably still go with max special attack because you don't really need to invest in your bulk. You have 291 HP. Like maybe you just, you go a little, go like cheap. You can get the 4s or something and go like 244, like whatever. Like this is actually one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. What do you think about Zygarde?
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, let's talk about how Nihil Light, his signature move, hits fairy types and ignores stat boosts.
Yeah, that's actually like insane. It doesn't give the description because it says illegal, but like, yeah, it ignores stat boost. So like Dondozo, go flip the burgers, buddy. Um, fairy types that and like here's the thing, I'm pretty sure like unless Mega Florette's attack can one shot this thing somehow. Like it even beats Mega Floette if Floette can't kill it in one hit, because it can kill Floette in one hit because fairies are not immune to this thing's attack. That's actually insane. The only saving grace is that it's 100 speed and not faster. Like that's the only saving grace that we have, is that it's
I
100
think
speed.
if it had like base 190 special attack and had everything else in speed, it would have been so broken.
That would have been way too much. Like that would have had to get like banned. The only thing that is saving, another saving grace, is that the rumor is you have to get to your Zygarde 100% form before Mega.
You need to get to the 100% form in order to actually Mega. That is the only saving grace.
Yeah, which might like hurt it a lot, honestly, if that ends up being the case, like when it's like VGC legal, because getting to 100% like is not always the easiest thing sometimes, with Dragon Ice being 4 times weak, Dragon Ground being 4 times weak to ice, being neutral to water, being weak to fairy, like that could be really rough for it. But just based on its stats, like obviously like, it's the Z
I
tier
think
one.
typing being so bad actually enables it to get to 50% actually way easier. Actually, not gonna lie.
Yeah, because then it gets some then it gets some HP back. And then you know what else we have to see, because I think it has Zygarde Ice, so it does have to hold the stone. It does have to hold the Mega Stone. It's not like Rayquaza, which is a good thing. All right, so this is the tier list that we have here. Anything that you think we should change? I'm a little questionable about Greninja being in the same tier as Dragonite and Excadrill, but I'm okay with leaving it here for now.
I think Greninja is gonna be extremely strong, and people are just not seeing the vision. Its stat spread is insane. The ability, like depending on the ability, it might even reach C tier. Honestly, if it's like really strong ability.
Yeah, if it keeps if they rework Protean to go back to how Protean used to be, I think it absolute S tier.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolute S tier. Like insane.
I don't see anything else that needs to be changed. I think I like the place. Maybe Scolipede goes to Pyro tier.
Oh yeah, Malamar is supposed to be in Pyro tier too. Yes, I don't know why that was in D tier. That's supposed to be down here.
Yeah, that's the only change I like to make. That's pretty much it.
All right, so yeah, that's the list for now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Donghun, thank you for joining me for this. Anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Always a pleasure. And if I catch you using Mega Pyro at a regional, we're gonna have a little talk, buddy.
I'm calling a judge, and I'm gonna tell him that I think you are using you're using things you shouldn't be using at regional events.
Yes, I agree.
Because you're clearly not in your right state of mind. But otherwise, thank you guys for being here. Click like for your boys, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.